Look, 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 look. Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
I heard this from a friend of a friend's friend. This is a good friend of mine. He called me last night and said this happened. He bumped into Andrea Berta in central London yesterday. And he walked up to him and was like, "Are you Andrea Berta, new Arsenal sporting director?" He was like, "Yeah, I am." Andrea Berta shows him his lock screen. He's got an Arsenal badge on his lock screen. He's like, "Yeah, this is a picture of my friend Sean Andrea Berta in central London last night, right?"
Big up.
So I called him. I was like, "Mate, you met Andrea Berta?" He was like, you never guess what he said." I was like, "What did he say?" He was like, so I said to him, like,
"Stop the cap.
What's going on? Who are we signing?" Andrea Berta said to him, "Who do you want?" And he said, "Look, a lot of the talk this week has been around Sesko. Like, what's going on with that?" And he kind of shook his head and he was a bit like, And he says, and Sean said to Andrea Berta, "Personally, I want Gyokeres." Andrea Berta goes like this for a fist bump and he goes, "You got him." Fist bumps him and then walks off.
Who the fuck is this asshole? Stop the cap.
So look, I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's just being a nice guy, if he's, just being like, yeah, like whatever, you're just a fan. But look, that's a bit of a match.
Shut the fuck, shut. No! Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
And until we get Mikel Arteta out of this club, we're continuously going to be a swinging pendulum.
God damn!
And until we get the owners out of this club, we're never going to get the investment needed to win a Champions League or a league title.
Move to Liverpool. Accepting the move to Liverpool, Zubamendi.
Oh, sugar. You just gone and done the dumbest thing in your whole life.
Just letting that one sit for a minute. Zoomy! So, Arsenal, United fans.
Stop it. Get some help.
How does it feel, motherfuckers? Oh, I love it. I love it when they're like so arrogant about it as well. He says being arrogant, I know, but see, I don't care. That's the difference.
Hey, man.
Zubamendi, you have earned an enemy forever. I will be watching Sociedad games praying on your downfall, you fucking emotional wreck.
Emotional, damn it!
You fucking pussy. You're not even a man. You should give up your chromosomes. You're not even a man.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
Go get a sex change, because you're not a man.
Crying to me, and I'm not having it.
You're a pussy. Spent this whole time fucking gaslighting us all to thinking, oh, I'm gonna miss the mountains of San Sebastian. Fuck Real Sociedad. I hope Real Sociedad lose every single game. I hope Real Sociedad get relegated. I hope Martin Zubamendi gets fucked in his career and they transfer him to Elche in the third fucking division of Spain. I hope they never select him in the Spanish top team. I hope every single plate of food that he orders in his fucking city has a bug on it.
Shut the fuck, shut. No! Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
Dom DeMarco.
I'm muted. Jesus. I was muted the whole time.
Crying to me, and I'm not having it. What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn! What? Fuck!
I was muted because I remember because I tried that video of the Liverpool fans, Donald Sam and can't remember the guy's name now. I tried to get that video in my video list on StreamYard, but because of the file, it's not an MP4, so I can't put it in. So I had to put it in the StreamYard thingy. And because I came into StreamYard on my iPad, there was a clash of sound. So I muted both, me on here, me on the iPad, and I forgot to turn it off. So all that time I was talking, man, I didn't even have the comments showing. Let me just show comments on stage. Jesus. I can't. The whole thing was on mute. Basically, I was saying, let's enjoy 2-2 bit of laughing at Liverpool fans because they thought a year ago they were going to get Zubamendi. And I was saying about Berta's still on fraud watch, but if he can get man like Gyokeres over the line, I'll give him a pass. But the worry is still this manager. He's still at the wheel. But as I said, I will back us to win something this season if we get Gyokeres. Because I said, whatever club he goes to, he'll win something in his first season. You know what I mean? What else did I say? I've basically covered most of what I said, really. Oh, I said Benjamin Sesko. That's a Teta signing. That's got Teta written all over it. You know what I mean? But where to believe that Sesko told Arsenal to wait and then we were going to get him in the summer? You know what I mean? How many of you want to believe that? That's up to you. But with Berta coming in, throwing 2-2-bit muscle, that's what it's going to look like. Throwing 2-2-bit muscle, like, fam, we are getting Gyokeres. We ain't getting no Sesko. You know what I mean? And like I said, we sign Gyokeres, I'll give him the credit. You know what I mean? I'll give him the credit. I couldn't believe I was Gyokeres, here we go. We will see. But big up to all you in the chat. Some of you have been taking a piss a little bit. But yeah, big up to you, Rod. Yes, Shane, it was on mute by accident. Stellum said it was still better opinions than most Arsenal fans. No sound, I don't read libs. But yeah. So yeah, we've signed Zubamendi, and it's all well and good, but the striker's still not here. Like the first signing in this window was a goalkeeper. We addressed that we needed a new backup goalkeeper. We needed one. I'm not against us signing a keeper. It's just that I'm against signing ex-Chelsea players. Or, I'm against signing Chelsea players. And it looks like we're going in for another one in mad wake here. Why? Why are we doing that? Still pissed about the mad wake news. Just save the money for freaking Rodrigo. This is what I don't get. Champions League football to attract so-and-so players. We haven't signed world-class players since getting back in the Champions League. And we got Champions League football just to sign ex-Chelsea players. Really? Is that what we're doing? Views raid. Big up to Views on Spot for the raid. But it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We get Champions League football and we sign Chelsea players in all but one window. In fact, no, we got Champions League football in 2023. We signed Chelsea players since then. 2023, we got Champions League football effectively in January because, of where we were in the table, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? And we signed Jorginho. Then we almost win the league. Top of the league. All that jazz. Yeah. And then what do? We sign Kai Havertz. And then we nearly win the league again. And then we sign Raheem Sterling on loan. Didn't sign a striker, and the forward player had to be someone as dead as Sterling, and it had to be a loan. So if we now this window we've signed Kepa from Chelsea. So yes, if we get man like Gyokeres, yes, I will put that on Berta because I know from history alone, I know that Gyokeres is not a signing that this manager would do. I explained to y'all multiple times about how this manager doesn't like strikers that are ready-made because he wants to make them into it. Hence, he nearly won the league twice. And he went with, I'm going to sign, Havertz, he was a striker at Chelsea, he was a forward at Chelsea, and he signed him to be a midfielder. So he had no intentions of actually signing a striker. So that makes it worse, which I've explained before. It makes it worse. We can sell Gabriel Martinelli for £73 million. Is he still? Oh, I'm assuming he was saying why is he still here? Because if we do that, Rodrigo cost basically £17 million. Yeah, I mean, it might be time. Like Martinelli and Trossard, it looks like that they might be moving on. That means we have to be getting, Rodrigo, Eze, or Madueke. It's going to be Madueke out of them. But then you're going to need to sign somebody else. So it might be a case of Rodrigo and Eze, and then Madueke might not mind being a backup. You know what I mean? But I just don't get this fetish on signing Chelsea players. Just don't get it. I just don't get it. But big up to all yous that are coming here, all yous that are coming in from Views. Eze factually has a £68 million buyout clause, so pay it and move on. I don't know why the clubs make it so difficult. Like when you go out and buy something, like let's just say you're buying a new car, something. And it's like you go through the insurance and everything like that. You go through all the checks on it and whatever, and then you buy it. It's like, the car costs this much. If you meet that, it's yours. You know what I mean? I hope Teta comes to his senses and doesn't sign Madueke, praying to God. Now, well, if anything, Burton needs to intervene and be like, fam, you ain't doing that. You know what I mean? We've seen more of we've seen what Eze did these past few seasons. Why you go get him? You know what I mean? Hopefully Berta's doing that. Hopefully Berta's looking at Madueke's past seasons and stuff, Eze's past seasons, Rodrigo's past seasons, and he's seeing the clear difference. And he's like, well, we might as well get this player. You know what I mean? But as for rival fans, don't let us see that we get man like Gyokeres. Don't let us see that. Man like real G's move in silence. Yeah, like Gyokeres. Get me? Apparently I'm like Rodrigo. Don't let us see that. Trust me. If you can't get Rodrigo, Lookman has a £47 million buyout clause, so pay to move on. Again, you could. I don't know what the situation is with that Rafael Leao, if that's his name, from AC Milan. I don't know what the situation is there, but that's another one. Like, I don't know what's good. I don't know if he's. I'm assuming he's still there, isn't he? Teta spent £824 million, but only £80 million on the attack. Make it make sense. I told y'all, because he wants to make his attack. He's trying to do the Pep model. I said in my previous videos, he watched Pep sign Haaland and then win the treble. Why doesn't he emulate that? Why didn't he emulate that by going, right, I'm going to sign a prolific goal scorer, and then I'm going to do that? No, he still wants to go down the route of, I can make someone, because he never signed Kai Havertz to be no striker. But that's why he was playing for Chelsea. And the first competitive game, what was it? Community Shield, where he started Havertz as a number 9. You know what I mean? Only because, and he did that because he wanted to keep playing. He didn't want to bench Partey. He didn't want to bench Havertz. Yeah. And this is before his stupid experiment with benching Gabriel to have Partey at right back. Yeah. So he had to upset Nketiah by starting Havertz as a number 9. And then he started the season with Timber at left back to play Partey at right back so that Havertz can be a number 8 so that Nketiah can be up front. To please everybody that he can please. Then his hand was forced when Partey got injured before the Man United game. His hand was forced. So he had to go, he had to be like, come on, Gabriel, then you might as well come back in the team. And then, and obviously we'd lost Timber in the first game of the season, of that season. He was still playing Havertz as a number 8, still weren't working. You could see the difference in midfield and everything like that. You could see that. Still persisted. Then he decided, I'm just going to move him as a number 9 then. And we all said, if you're going to play him as a number 9. If you're going to play him. But don't play him any deeper than that. And then we all know what happened. Let me show you guys. We all know what happened here, don't we? Yep. The only loss there was when he decided to put Kai Havertz back in midfield. I mean, so as happy as I'll be if we were to sign Gyokeres, I can't trust how this guy's going to manage him when it comes to the deeper end of the season. Like your Marches and Aprils and shit. You know what I mean? Who's in that 80 million? Well, I know Trossard will be in it. Jesus will be in it. Well, Kai Havertz is not a forward, but he's not. We didn't sign him to be a forward. We've spent £65 million on forwards. That's Jesus and Trossard. So really, it's less than that. You know what I mean? It's less than that. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, man. Since 2023, January 2023, he signed 1 forward on loan. Ridiculous. I mean, and that's not, we're not counting the Kai Havertz. He never signed him to be a striker, which meant I nearly won the league being 8 points clear, top of the league for 93% of it, and I didn't think of signing a striker still. You know what I mean? Imagine having a manager like that. Ridiculous. I would take 73 for Martinelli all day long. Welcome Rodrigo, hopefully. Yeah, I'm open to selling Martinelli now. I can't see him getting back to the levels of what he was a couple of seasons ago. I can't see him. I can't see him getting back to that. Just can't. I'd be open to selling Trossard as well to get newbies in. You know what I mean? It's sometimes you just need to move on from you know, when something is what it is. Who said you could sell Martinelli for 73? That's what has been floating around about the potential cost of Martinelli to go to Saudi from the Saudi clubs. So let's see. 24 will never go to Saudi. Oh, and Havertz. Yeah, that 80, it's less than that. It's about, I think it's about 65 million. And that's Jesus and Trossard. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. The interest cost the £1 billion mark. Yep, and all he has is an FA Cup and 2 shields. Ridiculous. Insane. I mean, insane. It's Gabriel Jesus and it's Trossard. It comes to about 65 million for the cost of them both, if I'm not mistaken. Offer Gabriel 500k a week, I think he goes. Blunderman has destroyed Martinelli and Trossard, and a solution is no name. Wow. So when does this tactics and coaching level come to a question? Well, you'd like to think that if this season it goes how many of us think it might go, you think, well, surely at this point you can't, you ain't surviving that. Like him failing again. You know what I mean? What's going on with this? All right. You know what I mean? Surely, you know, you can't be saved now from failure yet again. And we just watched Spurs win the Europa League and they're in the Super Cup. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Big up to you. Big up. Got some new faces in here. So I know I'm gonna have more. I got North Side for that. Haha. I don't want to be on the internet crashing out. You support Madrid. There is a day and night difference. Wait, what did I miss? IG, simple question. If Teta doesn't win anything next season, would you sack him? I'd sack him now. I've been wanting this guy gone for time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how long you've been on this on my channel, but literally, I'm probably the most Arteta out fan that you know. Like, your average Arsenal fan who may be questioning this manager or maybe thinks that he should go, right, would accept him winning a trophy next season to keep his job. Like, if he wins a trophy, he's done his job, blah, blah, blah. No, not me. The bar's been raised because of the suffering that I've had to live through and watch from this club. When I've been watching this club be stagnant while I've got clubs around me winning everything. Nope, you're gonna have to come with something better than that. You can't just win the League Cup and then think, yeah, you can stay. You can't just win the FA Cup and think, yeah, you can stay. You can't win just the Premier League and think, yeah, you can stay. Or you can't win just the Champions League and think, yeah, you can stay. You have to give me more than that. And for me personally, this guy has to win. If he wins the treble, a treble that involves the league and the Champions League, yeah. So it don't matter if it's an FA Cup with that or EFL Cup. Don't matter, yeah. Absolute bare minimum, league and Champions League. Win those two, I'll be listening to him staying. You win the treble, I'm Arteta in. You have to come with something more than that. You can't just win one trophy and that's be cool. Nope. Nope. I had to watch Chelsea dominate Europe. I had to watch Man United in their state still win trophies. I had to watch Liverpool dominate. We had to watch Man City dominate. I had to watch Spurs triumph in Europe, something we haven't done since '94. So one trophy after all that, don't cut it. Nope. The bar's risen. The bar's risen. You know what I mean? £5,000 in your bank account sounds nice, but when you consider the suffering you had to endure, you think to yourself, no, I'm owed more than that. The compensation should be higher than £5,000. You know what I mean? A trophy is a lot, but for what I've had to see for these last 5 years, nah, you have to give me more than that. It's not like Teta was winning EFL Cups in the meantime, winning FA Cups in the meantime, winning EFL Cup and FA Cup doubles in the meantime, snatching a Europa League in the meantime. Nope. He gave us nothing but a couple shields since he won the FA Cup. Ridiculous. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. That's to come on that. Please go, Martinelli. Yeah, well, I've had enough of him, to be fair. Martinelli won't go sorry though, so forget about that. 73 mil. We'll have to see. So Martinelli 50 to Bayern. We'll have to see. No one is paying 73 million for Martinelli on 180k, 25 million for Martinelli. I think that's why the hopes is that Saudi might buy him, because they'll more likely just throw a little bit more money than maybe what we feel the player's worth. Maybe. You know what I mean? Well, big up to you. Monetarily, the Saudi bids make sense. Good luck trying to get players in their prime ages to go there. Managerial Bale last of the season. Yeah, if Martinelli goes there, he ain't going to be there for 5 years. I can't see it. Sell Martinelli 50 to Bayern, that means Rodrigo ain't leaving because Bayern will go for him if he's available. Would Bayern take Martinelli and then take Rodrigo? Would that be their aim? Next week, Saga will be Gyokeres, then Wanyeri, Bomba will drop. We just better not sell Wanyeri, though. Like, we need two bit more creativity in this team, yeah? And Wanyeri is a 10. I'm open to, obviously, Eze not coming in. You know what I mean? But Wanyeri, he's wanting the game time, which I don't blame him. I swear, if we sell him to Chelsea, though, man, I swear. But I might be thinking, oh, that injury. Yeah, that if that's the guy I'm thinking of, when Marcelo stepped in his leg. Oh my days. Jesus. Question, YG, I might have missed earlier. What do you make 1 year potentially on sale rumors? We better not sell him. I'll be pissed if we sell him and sell him to that lot. It'll piss me off if we do that. And then us get Madueke. Oh my days. This is why. Can you see why I say the stakes are high? Let's just say we sell Wanyeri to Chelsea, then we get Madueke and whatever, and then we get Gyokeres and then whatever, yeah. And then we were to actually win a bare minimum the Premier League and Champions League. That's what I mean about the stakes have risen. Because man have been doing all this, getting these Chelsea players and everything like that. You're not delivering. And then you're doing it yet again. You have to give me more. You have to make it so that what you did now was okay. You know what I mean? You have to make it so that it's okay now. For example, it hurts that we have to see Spurs win the Europa League. It does. It hurts. Yeah. But if next season we end up winning a few trophies in next season because it put fire in our belly to do the transfers and to get the right players in, you look back and say it was worth it seeing Spurs win that Europa League because look what happened in the end. That's what I need going forward. I need it so that when you look at the last 5 years, it's like, well, it was bad and I hated every second of it, but this came in the end. You know what I mean? That's what we need. Victor G, let's go. I mean, I still don't think we'll sign him, but we might. Man like Glock 9, you get me? Man like Gyokeres. Real G's move in silence. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, these rival fans don't let me see Gyokeres at this club. Especially Man United fans, especially a man like who was not so long ago chimming about Gyokeres because of the pull that Man United have.
10 fucking Heisenberg, blood.
Yeah, we ain't forgetting about that. This imaginary pull that Man United have. Big up the legend YG and the community. Big up to you, Godfrey. But yeah, we ain't forgetting about that. Teta don't win anything this season. We all go out, stand that ground, end off. We are doing business now, so down to Teta now again. Yeah, like if he still can't succeed, if we get the business done in this window and he still can't succeed from this, there's no escaping. There's no escaping. But I know what the toxic positives will do. Yeah, this is what they'll do. They'll turn around and say, well, it's better signings. Teta didn't want them. You know what I mean? Y'all, some of y'all are in here that saw that Arsenal fan basically try and put all the blame on Berta when it came to the transfers. Talking as if Berta's been here for years and that's why Arsenal just didn't get a striker. Y'all saw that. You can confidently say you saw it.
I've seen him do it.
You know what I mean? And so you can see the narrative already of what's going to shape up should we not get over the line again. You can see it. And since Fabrizio Romano announced that Gyokeres tweet top gunners are starting to get scared, the manager with now have no excuses. Well, like I said, I know what they're gonna say if he fails again. They're not gonna say, "Oh, well, he was giving everything, and he had no excuse." Nope. They'll turn around and say, "It's not his signing. Did he even want Gyokeres?" Blah blah blah. That's what they'll say. Trust me. I'm calling it so that if it happens, their excuses have been documented. You know what I mean? But is Wanyeri staying a bigger question? I can't see this. I honestly cannot see this Madueke deal fading away. I honestly can't. I can't. If we get him, with Chelsea wanting Wanyeri as well. Because if we were to get Eze or Rodrigo, there's still a chance Wanyeri could still go to Chelsea. There's still that chance. But if we get Madueke, Chelsea are going to want to then replace him immediately. And they could just go to Wanyeri. We can guarantee you a game time. We've just lost one of our players. You know what I mean? They won't replace him like that, though, because he's who they build around. Let's be honest. Oh, Excuse me. Okay, when he stays, we can't lose him. He's special talent. If he leaves, hopefully, it's abroad. Can't have him playing for Chelsea and lose it. I mean, you see, then this is the thing. It's like when Chelsea sell players to us, really and truly, they're not asked. They just want the player to fail. I mean, Chelsea fans were proper salty about Kai Havertz, and it's like, I don't understand why he's so salty. He ain't going to do anything here. But obviously, they saw what he did for them, and they. I think what it was, Chelsea fans were scared that Kai Havertz would do for us what he did for them. Score a winning goal in a cup final or to win the league or something like that. I think that's what they were scared of. Because they didn't even treat David Luiz like this, and he won everything with Chelsea. You know what I mean? I can't. Who's the other Chelsea player that Chelsea fans have had this venom against that's now at Arsenal? You know what I mean? They weren't like this with William Goss. So I'm saying, they weren't like this with William. But when it's Kai Havertz, Chelsea fans, they were preying on our downfall. Because we're scared. It's fear. You know what I mean? I was watching this documentary not long ago. Hope it's not one of them injuries. I started watching Arsenal if he goes to Chelsea until the day we sack Tete. I will keep my word on it. That's my favourite player since he started playing. It's the fact as well that getting Madueke would make that deal so much easier to happen. And it's like, does Arsenal want Madueke that much? Really? They want Madueke that much? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Up to better classes the only deal because 50 million for media attackers done. I hope he does. This is what I mean. He's on fraud watch. He's on fraud watch. He better do something. People might get Gyokeres since Leipzig is not willing to turn the 90 million price down, but Berta might have just left that deal, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I've always said that the Sesko was just Draxler 2.0. You know what I mean? It just didn't seem. Just looking at the whole situation, it just didn't seem like we were going to get the player done anyway. But we've been saying we'd rather Gyokeres, and if we can get that done, you know what I mean? Then I can give Berta his flowers. But until then, sorry, you're on fraud watch. You know what I mean? We signed a Chelsea player, and then we signed Zubamendi, which I'm not complaining about Zubamendi, but it's like the striker was like, that's the most important part. That's what's been missing all this time. And we're just neglecting it and just be like, oh, well, we're just going to do all this first. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean you're doing all this first? What do you mean you're entertaining all that first? You know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Just go get what you need. And then we'll go from there. Tete will stay a decade, guys. Zubamendi and Moreno until their chemistry grow. That's an excuse. Yep. Yeah, basically, they're going to need time in England now. Don't make sense getting rid of Tete. They just need the players are going to need time. Trust me, these Tete ins will have excuses lined up. They've probably got them written down already in the little diaries. Telling you, they'll have it written in the diaries. Ooh, excuses for should we fail. But regardless, they're not going to blame the manager anyway. I think more people will start to wake up. Yeah, because like I said, I've seen people saying that a League Cup won't cut it, an FA Cup won't cut it. It has to be the League or the Champions League. People are saying that now. Because of what we have to see Spurs win the Europa League and Chelsea win the Europa Conference, and Chelsea are in the semi-final of the Club World Cup. So they might even win that. They've got a chance of winning that. That's them dominating Europe, or dominating the world, actually. That also got in his bunkers. Liverpool. I think that can help us through the Champions League on top of the switches. Early exit by December from a domestic cup might do it. See, I don't want no early exit. I want we should be going for everything, really. Because I'm sorry, we shouldn't have the mentality of going out of a cup makes it easier to win something else. Because I've had to watch Liverpool do it. Yeah, we've watched City do it. I mean, we've watched these clubs around us either win doubles of some sort or have a fighting chance. A cup final, win the cup final and lose another one, or win both or lose both. Even though we don't want to lose, but the point of the matter is you know, we've watched teams win a trophy and almost win another. We haven't won a double since 2002. That's too long. That's too long. Arsene Wenger never took us to 2 cup finals in one season, may I add. Teta to complete £1 billion this transfer window. And imagine if he don't deliver. Even his Pep now assembling his minions. Yeah, get up the lights, people. Got a bounce. Big up to you in the chat. Big up to you, Rebaon. If I said your name right, I might not have done. I ain't good at pronouncing names. It's my apologies if I completely butchered that. But we move. Whenever it takes my support for this club. Well, you're a serial Wanyeri fan anyway. Better choice in your life. When I was 8 years old, I chose the Pirates. Real Madrid and Liverpool. Always been a winner. I have no choice. My father's team, but yes, Real Madrid is also one of the teams I favour. Well, I'd rather Real Madrid than Barcelona anyway. You know. But yeah, end of the day, going back to the topic of the video, no striker. There's still no striker at this club yet. So unless I'm missing something, unless I need to have a look and see if. Hold on a minute. No, it should connect. Because I can't be able to close my tab, I'm just going to connect my iPad to the MacBook, and if it lets me, it's not letting me. I'm trying to. It's not letting me, is it? Trying to. Nope. I didn't think I had anything mirroring. Oh, I think I know why. Don't matter. I'm just going down here anyway. Right, what's this now? Gunnar Adams calling out DT putting a tweet that he. So DT said, "Well, in fact, let me just go on X. I'll just do it on here. I won't be lazy. I don't know if I'll see that tweet straight away. I'll go on his profile actually. Right, so let me mate, Gyokeres is close to here we go. Romano tweeted, calm down, have some patience. I've been waiting 5 years and had to watch Man United win trophies, Liverpool win trophies, Man City win trophies, Chelsea win trophies, Leicester win a trophy, and Spurs win a trophy. Excuse me if I'm impatient. All while everybody was, and the man and the dog was telling the world, Arsenal need a striker. They need a prolific goal scorer. You know what I mean? I'm wanting Teta to reach that 1 billion mark. The headlines will write themselves and tarnish his reputation, further establish him as a specialist in failure. Well, that's if he doesn't get over the line this season after spending £1 billion. Crystal Palace won the trophy. Newcastle, yep. Yes, so yes, I am impatient. I'm very impatient. Soon as July hit, where's the striker? I'm very impatient. Because I don't know how much longer I have to wait for so I can see some success. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Respect chat, good group today. Yep. Got 2-2 bit of new group today. So why ain't this letting me show I want to show this window. There we are. So y'all can see I'll remove that. Why is it not showing you guys? Hold on a minute. There we go. So came across. Let me just. I haven't read it all yet, but so DT tweeted, "What I like about Gyokeres, apart from his insane goal scoring record, is that he's pushed for a move to Arsenal. He even turned down Man United and the manager he's played under because he only wanted Arsenal. Whilst I would have loved Sesko, I'm fully behind this. A winning goal and his trademark celebration in the season's opening game will break the internet." So he was picked up on this from a screenshot, which says, "I think Sesko suits us better than Gyokeres. If you understand football," I remember him when he tweeted it. I remember when he tweeted that actually. If you understand football, you will see this. Gyokeres is a very good player, but I don't just think he's right for us. Sesko has fewer goals and is more raw, but he fits us perfectly. He also averages a goal and assists every 120 minutes. Some of you talk as though he's a bum. If we also sign Rodrigo, then that is some serious business. I'd be over the moon." So he's gone from that to obviously sucking off Gyokeres. I don't know what's happened to this guy since he went to jail. He's turned into he's got the mindset of a toxic positive fan. You know what I mean? He's got a mindset of a toxic positive. 2-2 bit of jail, and man's trying to spin a positive around certain things that we all know. We all know him before the DT before prison wouldn't have wanted Teta to be here. Let's put it that way. He'd have been like, "Get him out. We're not doing anything. It's Wenger days all over again." Telling you, this is why I said in my last stream, if he went to jail during the Wenger era, he'd have come out a Wenger in. When being released from prison, he'd have come out as a Wenger in. Telling you. 6th year. You know what I mean? Yeah, come November, December, that's 6 years of him being here. You know what I mean? He's won nothing for 6 years. Well, if you want to count Shields, then count shields, innit? But you know, madness. Well, if we're technically speaking, 5 years since he last won something, August the 1st this year. That literally makes it 5 years. Because, you know, it's August 1st, 2020 when we won the FA Cup. But yeah, you signing Gyokeres. It will, Fabrizio's tweeted about it. It seems like there's some legitimacy around man like Gyokeres. But yeah, big up to Lawrence with a super chat. Hang on a minute. Lawrence Emmanuel says, until there's a pic of him in an actual Arsenal shirt, Ras is pissing it down outside. Unless there's a pic of him in an actual Arsenal shirt sitting on the either side of Berta and Arteta, I'm taking all this Gyokeres speculation with a pinch of salt. Yeah, I mean, I always say, and big up to you and obviously for the super chat as well. I always say I need to see him in an Arsenal shirt. That's what I need to see. But one of my other streams, a few streams ago, I remember I went on Fabrizio Romano's page to see. Actually, no, it wasn't even during the stream. It was just randomly, and I wanted to see how legitimate he is in terms of when he says something, does it happen? And when he tweets about it, it tends to be there's truth there. That's what it tends to be. That's why he's such a reliable source. Goldbridge says it's done. I'm not excited or interested in a Zumba maybe signing. I for me, I'm just laughing at the Liverpool fans. You know, liking. Oh, I took it off, didn't I? I'll play it at the end anyway. But which striker should United go for now? They should go for they should stick with BTEC Haaland. Yeah. They should stick with BTEC Haaland that they've got. You know what I mean? Goldbridge, Andy, you're better than that gimp. So Goldbridge is trying to say that it's done. Okay, Goldbridge. Zubi's a good player. To be honest, I haven't watched much of him, but you know, what part of Yorkshire? Near Leeds. Fabrizio was telling us Nico deal, Barca's done, then he's surprised, just like us when the news. Yeah, that Nico Williams, he pulled their pants down. Jesus Christ, got more money out of Athletic Club. Jesus. Big up to Warren. Big up. If we actually do sign Gyokeres, as in see him in an Arsenal top on an Arsenal site, you and myself who didn't believe will have to say fair play as you've been positive. It ain't happening. Yeah, I said earlier in the start of the stream, even though I was muted for a bit, I said if we sign Gyokeres, I'm backing us to win something this season. Because I said whichever club he goes to, he's going to win something in his first season. So I'm backing us to, you know, get Gyokeres to win as a trophy should he sign. And I'll give Berta a pass if we sign him. But until then, Halifax. Cool. Still skeptical. Yeah, I know. I mean, what I was adamant that we weren't getting Tesco. I knew that wasn't gonna happen, and I, to be honest, I was adamant that we weren't getting Gyokeres. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Berta's pull's like. Which world are you living? Gyokeres is a here we go. Well, we'll see then. Because Nico Williams was a here we go as well, and he decided to sign a 10-year deal with Athletic Club, and Barca was led on. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. We need to see him in the shirt. Really. We can get too bit excited that it might be happening, but end of the day, we need him in the shirt. You know what I mean? Big up to Lawrence again with another super chat. And he says, if you remember, YG, it was Fabrizio Romano who said Nico Williams was coming to Arsenal. Whatever happened to that? Well, in all fairness, seeing that Williams has done what he did, he signed a 10 million. I keep saying 10 million. He signed a 10-year deal with Athletic Club. And obviously that he has been linked with us before. It just seems like he's one of those players that there is legitimate truth behind the rumors that he's going to certain clubs and then he's doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? So although Romano is a reliable source, at the same time, like take me for example, if I'm a football player, if I flirt with the idea of going to another club, yeah, and that spreads round, Fabrizio Romano will get the word that yes, I have been interested in these other clubs, and then he spreads the word. Here we go. YG wants to sign for blah blah blah, and then all I have to do is turn around and go, well, I'm going to stay here now because they've offered me more money. You know what I mean? And then Romano looks like a piece of shit now because it looks like he just pulled out of his ass. But really, it was me that turned around and was like, "Nah, I'm not signing for the other club anymore. I'm signing for this one," kind of thing. And it's like, so yeah, we have to just take it as a pinch of salt, really, because it still might not happen. It's not guaranteed. Just because Romano tweets it, it's not guaranteed, but the likeliness is higher. It's a higher likeliness because something must have been said somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say Fabrizio Romano just makes shit up. I wouldn't say he just makes it up. He just hears an official word somewhere or whatever source, whether it's strong, maybe it's weak, but there's something, and then he goes, "Here we go." You know what I mean? If 1 year he leaves, Gyokeres won't change a thing in other situation. So it's one step from one step back. It depends, because I don't think Gyokeres alone will be enough. If we were to get like an Eze with Gyokeres, you just never know. You just never know. I don't think Gyokeres just alone is enough, because it's that creativity he's going to need behind him. And I'm sorry, we can't rely on Odegaard. But I do think it would be a mistake still letting 1 year go. You know what I mean? We let Fabio Vieira go out on loan, sold Smith Rowe and everything, and then Odegaard ended up getting injured, and we were struggling for somebody to fill that role. 1 year it was being used as a Saka replacement. You know what I mean? So it's one of them. How are you? Newcastle United to sign Anthony. Oh, you said that on my last stream, I think. I think you said on my last stream. And I said that would be a good signing for them. Teta couldn't win a one-man race. Whoa, we saw 2023, didn't we? Facts of Sunguna, the legend Mate says, with us it's always addition by subtractions. Yeah, it is. That's how it's been at this club for a very long time. And that's been our problem. That's why you won't see us win doubles and all that, because we can't even keep decent players on the bench that long. Because everybody we have wants to play. Like, we don't have players that don't mind being on bench, but whenever we do, they're not that good of a player anyway. Look at, what's his name? Watch me whip. Watch El Nene. You know what I mean? El Nene was a player that He didn't mind being on the bench, but he wasn't even that good anyway. He was just all right. You know what I mean? We need it so that we've got players for like, fam. Look at my FC25 example. That's what we need. You know what I mean? That's what we need. That's what we need. Like 1 year ago should cause a riot and a coup. But you see, if we let 1 year go and then get Gyokeres, a lot of fans are going to forget. A lot of fans are going to be like, fam, we got Gyokeres. And then the toxic positives will say, why are you crying for? We signed a striker that you all wanted. We finally signed a striker, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'd still be pissed if we let Banyeri go to them and let him go completely. I'd still be pissed. Shouldn't be doing that. We used to sign pure good players. Yep. And now look at us. We went from that to what this is now. Back then it was no bullshit Arsenal. Now we're about that bullshit. Zubamendi in Champions League, and we have let go of more quality than we, especially in the midfield. At the same time, as well, like it's how this manager is going to use these players. Because I said before, even if we do sign a striker, this manager will just run him into the ground anyway. Because once he realizes that, he's just going to score goals left, right, and center, he'll realize I can't afford to even drop him for one game. And he'll just keep playing him, overplaying him. You know what I mean? If we get to Champions League knockouts and we're 6-0 up in the first leg, second leg he'll probably still play Gyokeres. Let's just say if we signed him when he don't need to. Look at Gabriel last season. We beat PSV 7-1. Return leg, he still played his strong centre back. Why? Centre back pairing, he still played him. We didn't want to play Kivior. Kivior only came in because Gabriel got injured. I mean, this is what he does. He's not. This is the main worry. Even if we get what we need in the outfield, the main worry is who's managing that. That's the main worry. I can't trust you to manage that. You're signing Glock 9. You can be happy now. Go and win the league, mate. Well, if we sign him, this manager has to be it's league. It has to be the league. It can't be no FA Cup, league, EFL Cup. Nope, the league. And if you don't win the league, then win the Champions League. That's what the narrative is going to be. That's what it's going to be surrounding, fans around the world of this football club. Don't know about that. He has quality to play Champions League. We'll have to see, but it does kind of feel like we're starting again. You know what I mean? Because we don't know if Zubamendi is going to pop off in the Champions League again. We got Champions League football to sign world-class players, but we're signing players that weren't playing in that or haven't been playing in that for a few seasons. What club, what player have we signed that was currently playing for a Champions League club since we got Champions League football? Was Kivior in the Champions? No, actually no. I won't go back as far as that because we got Champions League football at the end of 2023. So the 2023-24 window, we signed Kai Havertz. He weren't playing in the Champions League with Chelsea the season before, I believe. Or was it? 2022-23 was Chelsea in the Champions League? Can't remember. Can't remember, actually. Rice won the Europa Conference. I think Timber might have been playing Champions League, actually, with Ajax at that point. He might have been. Who else we signed? Well, Raya was at Brentford, so he went to see no Champions League. 2024, 25 now. We signed Moreno. He weren't playing in Champions League before that. Sterling worked. I don't think Calafiori worked. Nope. It was only the 2022 to 2023 season. Obviously, we signed Jesus and Zinchenko from City. Obviously, they were playing Champions League football. So again, we do more. We will sign Champions League players when we're not in it, and when we're in it, we don't sign Champions League players. Ain't that weird? Don't you think that's weird? Forget Gyokeres, I'll pity him or the ghost and Zubamendi. It's no direct creativity. Sideways, backwards, the passing lanes of Odegaard and Zubamendi. That's why we're looking at bloody, we're looking at mad frigging Wakey. You know what I mean? Because maybe, I don't know if he's just a winger, if he's one that can play in that kind of role, but we should be looking at Eze or someone. Who you decking? Oh, you reckon we should try and get in midfield? Jesus. Yeah, Tim. Since we got Champions League football, Timber's the only Champions League signing, and it's a good signing. But I mean, when we're not in the Champions League, we will sign Champions League players. You know what I mean? That's just weird. Besides him not playing in the Champions League, he doesn't get into the top Champions League teams, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream here, but I'll finish it off with... I might as well finish it off with sharing the video that I edited earlier, and I'll try and get it in my StreamYard. I should have to change the
Accepting the move to Liverpool, Zubamendi. The move to Liverpool, Zubamendi.
Oh, sugar. You just gone and done the dumbest thing in your whole life.
Just letting that one sit for a minute. Zube! So, Arsenal, United fans.
Stop it. Get some help.
How does it feel, motherfuckers? Oh, I love it. I love it when they're like so arrogant about it as well. He says being arrogant, I know, but see, I don't care. That's the difference.
Hey, man.
Zubamendi, you have earned an enemy forever. I will be watching Sociedad games praying on your downfall, you fucking emotional wreck.
Emotional, damn it!
You fucking pussy. You're not even a man. You should give up your chromosomes. You're not even a man.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
Go get a sex change, because you're not a man.
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
You're a pussy. Spent this whole time fucking gaslighting us all to thinking, oh, I'm gonna miss the mountains of San Sebastian. Fuck Real Sociedad. I hope Real Sociedad lose every single game. I hope Real Sociedad get relegated. I hope Martin Zubamendi gets fucked in his career and they transfer him to Elche in the 3rd fucking division of Spain. I hope they never select him in the Spanish top team. I hope every single plate of food that he orders in his fucking city has a bug on it.
Shut the fuck, shut. Did I say? No! Oh, shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
Well, anyways, that's it for today's stream. I'm going to try and get it in here. in the StreamYard so I can have it as my I'm battery on my iPhone's getting low as well, actually. As my intro. But big up to all yous in here. And obviously big up Lawrence for that, for the 2 super chats that he sent. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully, the next time I live stream is because we've signed Gyokeres. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I'm gonna keep tabs on X tonight. I've got a really early one in the morning. Big up to you, Zabe. Not gonna lie, I think the negatives will find a negative in Gyokeres signing. Maybe, probably. Big up YG. Did you manage to get that? Oh, I forgot to look at that actually. I'll need to look it up. I'll need to look it up because I don't think I've seen a clip before. Well, I'll have to look it up. In fact, you know what? Before I leave, do it now. I don't want to forget again. So if I type in Rick Ross accusations, accusations meme, you know.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
hold on.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
I might have to fucking get that one, you know. I'm gonna have to download that clip and have it as. I might have to get that. I don't think I've seen that before. I don't know anyway. Thunder remain in South London. Or up here, we're pissing it down earlier. But it's all right now. If we sign Eze and Rodrigo and Gyokeres, I won't care about midweek here. Yeah, it dampens it. Like if we were to sell Big E, as much as it would piss me off, if we got all those in, it's just a matter of getting over the line. And that would make it easier to get over it. Waneri has to stay though, he does. But he wants the game time, which I don't blame him. You know what I mean? He needs the game time. That clip's funny. Anyways, big up to all you in here, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Hopefully, it's us signing Gyokeres. You get me? Anyways, big ups, over and out.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.